This is KC1EWJ calling CQ KC1WJ.
Hola.
Hola. Senhor.
everybody. WA2ES. Yeah, just checked. My antenna didn't fall down. Here it is, WA2ES.
How you doing, Doc?
Hi, Randy. Well, at least there's some voice in there.
Just got home a little bit ago from out in Buffalo. We were out there taking apart a concrete block plant today.
Taking it apart?
Yeah, it was sold in auction, and my son was hired to disassemble the plant and reassemble it at another location.
Holy cow, that sounds like one heck of a job.
Oh, it's an amazing amount of work. It's a major undertaking for sure. I wish I had pictures of what the plant looked like before he started disassembling it. He's got an awful lot of it done. I helped him with some of the heavy stuff today, and I think I'm going to go back next Friday. If there's anything left, I'll help him with that. There's a couple of tricky things that he needs help with, but he's doing a great job. He's got it really, really stripped apart.
Amazing. I can't even imagine such.
I've got some pictures. I'll send. I've got a couple, just a very few pictures I can send over to you.
All right.
So I'm not going to stick in here. Maureen just said dinner's going to be ready in a minute. So, but I was in the shack cleaning up some of my mess here. And I heard you, so I thought I would say just a quick hello.
All righty. Well, it's okay with me. I just come in the house about 15 minutes ago, and Mama's making me dinner, too, so... we'll see you all later on somewhere. 73 WA2ES.
All right, bud. See you here in a little bit. Yeah, so I got a whole bunch of, if you ever need any relays or anything, 12-volt relays or 120-volt relays, any of that stuff, I've got lots of that stuff. Some stuff away in bins here.
I've got some little tiny opto-isolated ones that are about all I use. Of course, if I ever get a real amplifier, I might need one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. What kind of, you said, what did you say? ISO? Like, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, ISO yeah. Now I can't even pronounce it. They're coupled, so that whatever's on the radio side is totally isolated from the output side.
Oh, I see. I see. Very nice. I got a bunch of these. I don't even know where I got all this stuff from. Well, a lot of it is from projects that I've worked on, or plants actually that I've taken apart and bought out, and they have, all the new stuff. There's anytime there's new stuff, relays and switches and that kind of gadgetry, I always grab a hold of,
Yeah, way cool. Yeah, I'm a hoarder. It's terrible. But I started using these things. I like to play with Christmas lights, okay? And then I started out with a Christmas light show, a real crappy one, using a Raspberry Pi and 2 banks of 8 relays. So there were 16 relays, and they just turned on lights off and on to the music through the Raspberry Pi. And they did pretty good, but after 2 years, most of them started giving up. They just couldn't take the switching to the music that fast, that much. So anyway, I ended up with quite a few of them, and I discovered that they made great switches for anything that needed to be separated from the computer. To see the little Raspberry Pi, they can only take like 3 volts, and any kind of a backlash would kill them. So these little opto-isolated relays cure that. They've got their own separate power supply and everything, and all the Pi has to change is a tiny amount of current, and it clicks the relay, and then but the power and everything for the relay is all isolated.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. Well, you're a smart guy. You like to play around with all that stuff. I've never even looked at a Raspberry Pi. Well, not that I didn't drool after looking at it, that kind. But anyway, all right. I hear the dishes clanking on the dining room table. I've got to go. 73 for now. We'll see you in a little bit. KB2's ZVP.
Okay, Randy, sorry. I love Raspberry Pis. I've done tremendous amounts of things with them. We'll talk about it sometime. WA2EF.
Radio, Whiskey Golf 2 Echo.
This is KC1EWJ.
KC1EWJ, I think it was. Carl here in New York.
Oh, hi, Carl. Yeah, my name is Bill. Let me slow down here. It's KC1EWJ. And I'm assuming this will be the Toad Harbor net.
Yeah, just seeing if anyone was around. You're a little bit light there, so I didn't get everything last go-around.
Yes, I was just curious whether this was the Toad Harbor net.
Well, it should be eventually, as soon as we get enough toads checking in.
Yeah, I live in Massachusetts, near Providence, Rhode Island, and I've just been listening the last couple of weeks. It's been very enjoyable.
Hey, Bill.
Hello, Randy.
Hi, Carl. I'm eating dinner, but I just wanted to mention that tomorrow a whole bunch of us are getting together in Pittsfield, Mass. to have breakfast at 10 o'clock. And Carl can fill in the details, but I wanted to make sure that you were invited. I'm going to go back to my dinner table. KB2ZVP.
Yes, okay, yeah. In fact, that's why I was going to call in. So Pittsfield, is that near Springfield?
No, that'd be like an hour or so west of Springfield.
Yeah, that's a bit of a long haul. I'd love to join you guys, though, because I've enjoyed listening, and I'd like to meet you all, but I also have a commitment around noon tomorrow, so I'm going to have to pass, unfortunately.
Okay, where did you say your QTH was?
Yeah, it's near Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay, yeah, I guess that would be a haul for you. Well, I'm going to go, and another fellow's going along with me here. He's from Saratoga, and we're going to go to the breakfast, and then depending on what reports we might get from some of the other net people tonight, we might take a ride down to the Goshen, Connecticut Ham Fest.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Also, I understand you guys are having an outing. Is it in June?
Yeah, June 15th. It's a Saturday. It's at the Robert Post Park, I think the name of it is. It's right on the river down in Kingston, New York.
Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't working out for me, and I really feel bad about it. No, I'm going to be on a business trip and then spending a week in Clemson, South Carolina. My daughter will be delivering her a baby, so I'm going to have to miss that one, too.
Well, we'll fill you in, you know. I'm sure the word will get around, and all the antics or whatever would go on. It's such an affair.
Yeah, I really enjoy listening to you guys. Initially, I have an ICOM 7300 and only 100 watts, and the antenna I had was inadequate, so I've strung a huge antenna in the back of the yard, and it seems like it's working reasonably well.
Okay, well, I went over to my transmit loop, and I can hear you better than I can on my beverage. So you're just an S9, Bill.
Yeah, I know. I'm only have 100 watts here, and so anyway, I enjoy listening to hear my wife downstairs, so I'm going to go downstairs. So I did want to check to see when the breakfast was in the morning, but again, when you hear Randy, when he joins you again, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. So 73s, and this is KC1EWJ.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Yeah, well, there'll be a bunch of people on this evening, so stop back in after dinner or whatever. So we'll talk to you a bit later. WG2E.
Okay, 73s. Take care.
Who else is in here?
Hello, Ray. 'Tis I, Whiskey Golf 2 Echo.
Okay. Well, I just came in, waiting for the amp to come up.
Yeah, get those electrons going. Hey, are you going to make it to the breakfast shindig tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know. I tried to get somebody to go today and couldn't find anybody.
Okay, well, I got Tim, W3HHN, and I are going to meet up and drive out there together. And depending on what we hear from anybody that might have gone to that ham fest today, when we may take a ride down there after the breakfast.
Yeah, okay.
And Randy was just in here, but he got called to dinner. So I imagine he'll be back.
Okay, nobody else is in yet?
I heard Doc a little while ago, but I was eating dinner, so I didn't come back to him. And then, of course, I had just signed with Bill. I'm kind of wondering if N1SAG would be around. I think he was going to go to that ham fest today. Maybe he'd give us a report.
Yeah, okay. Okay, the amp's up. Hello, let me just tune. I have to tune it a little bit. I think I have to go down. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, right around there. That looks good.
Well, you're just a bit over 9 on the beverage, so you're doing okay. I got a little bit of antenna work today. I got one corner of my loop up about another 15 feet, so I don't know if it's going to help much, but I figured the higher the better.
Absolutely. The higher the better on this band, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was out there in the woods and pulling on ropes and kind of getting things up my pulley for my weight a little bit higher up in the tree. And oh, geez, those darn black flies were all over me.
Yeah, they are a pain in the neck, aren't they? They're really... I was shooting those wood bees today. They're boring my house, so I shot 8 of them out of the air.
Well, what are you shooting them with?
A Daisy Pump BB gun.
Oh, okay. I used to have one of those that I had since I was a kid. I mean, I still have it, but it doesn't work anymore. It was one of the ones that you turned the part of the barrel at the very end, and it would open up a hole, and you could put like 1,000 BBs in there.
Just hit 60 over 9.
Yeah, mine's just the old standard Daisy Pump. I bought it about 4 or 5 years ago. It's exactly the same one I had 40 or 50 years before. It's exactly the same, no difference.
Okay, yeah. And then hello to Tim.
Yeah. Hey, Ray.
Yes, Tim, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just barefoot. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you.
I was on today. I'd been working on my loop, and there were guys recording each other. I said, okay, record me. And bass up, bass down. It's better with the bass down. But when I heard myself, it sounded exactly like me. I have no high range in my voice. I have no low range. It sounded exactly like me. How about that, Ray?
Well, you're not going to get me to say you sound good, okay? That radio does not sound good, and that's all there is to it. It's never going to change until you take, some type of an action. Like I said, John, he had the same radio. He had an RE20 Electro Voice mic on it. I don't think he had a preamp, and he just sounded spectacular on that thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a flat voice like I do. What I think is an equalizer, something to improve my voice. CQ, CQ, CQ.
I think that's the last thing you probably need, I wouldn't even think of getting an equalizer. They're usually more trouble than they're worth. If you're going to buy an equalizer, then just get rid of the old radio and buy a new radio. This radio here has a 17-band graphic equalizer built in, and it works perfect. Hang on, there's somebody else coming in here. The other breaking station, go ahead.
Yes, this is Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Mike Sugar. Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Nancy Sugar. Yeah, Mike Sugar, Victor Mike Sugar. Thank you.
Are you the guy that was in yesterday with the store-bought antenna?
Yeah, we spoke last night. Yes, how are you? Nice chatting with you guys again.
Right. So how long of an antenna can you put up?
So right now I'm using a 130 feet wire antenna by My Antenna. That's the name brand. It's 130 feet.
Yeah, we already went through this yesterday. Listen, I'm going to tell you the same thing I'm telling Tim. It isn't going to get any better. It isn't going to break in. Now, if you want anybody to hear, you're going to have to change the antenna. That's all there is to it. That's a lousy antenna, and it doesn't work good at all. So now you just got to make up your mind if you want to change it. Now, the question is, how long of an antenna can you put up in your yard?
Well, maybe another 50 feet longer, maybe at most, and that's about it.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. 2 questions. What kind of radio are you running?
Yeah, 450G. That's the Hazel 450G. And I have a Powstar LA-1K. The Powstar LA-1K.
Okay, well, you got a good amp. You could use a new radio. And what are you using a tuner?
Oh, of course, yes. I use a tuner. I'm down to 1.3. 1.3.
The tuner, is that built into that amp? No, that amp doesn't have a tuner built in. So you're using an external tuner, right? What brand of tuner is it?
Yeah, the MFJ 998, the 1500 water.
Right. Well, there's probably a problem, but I suppose you could try it. Can you run? You're running coax to the tuner, right?
Yes, correct.
Now you do realize that when you run coax into a high SWR, the coax becomes very lossy. Do you know that?
Yeah, I remember reading about that. Yeah, that's affirmative.
Okay, so here's what you really want to do. Now this is really what you want to do. You want to build a center-fed dipole with 12-gauge THHN wire, and you want to feed it with the world-famous Toad Harbor open wire feed line. You can go on our Facebook page for the Toad Harbor, T-O-A-D, Toad Harbor feed line on the Facebook page, I believe, and you can watch Randy and his wife making the feed line, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to go to Harbor Freight and get the cable ties. You're going to go to Tractor Supply and get the spacers, and you're going to use 12-gauge THHN wire and make the feed line just like you're watching Randy and his wife make it. And then so your antenna's 130 feet long. You said you can put up another 50. So that's 150, 60, 70, 80. And what you probably want to do is even try to get a little bit longer than that. You can get away with 200 feet. But, even if you go over the end, shoot it over lines over the tallest trees you got and haul that antenna up and go over the branch and down, down towards the ground on the other side, you can probably pick up another 20 feet on each end. So you'd be 180, 200, you'd be about 220. And then you center feed that with the open wire feed line. And then you bring that open wire feed line directly right back to the tuner, and you hook it right to the 2 studs on the back of the tuner. And I don't think that MFJ will probably tune it, but you can try it. And if that MFJ tunes it, you could probably fool around with the length of the feed line. But then your signal will be a major improvement. You'll probably gain at least 10 dB, if not 15 dB.
That sounds like a great idea, definitely. But right now, just if you give me a signal report, how am I coming today versus yesterday? What's the signal for today?
It's an S8, and that sucks because, unless you're 20 over 9, we're not going to hear you in the summertime.
5x9 in Albany. Yeah, go ahead. That other station, go ahead. I said 5-9 in Albany, New York. Okay, good. 5.9 in Albany. All right, because I know a lot of times, too, not always the power that you put out, but also propagation. If propagation stinks, forget it. Sometimes on 40 watts, people hear me down in Texas beautifully. I know propagation plays a big game, and 160 meters has its own requirements.
Where do you live?
Yeah, I mean, it's next to the racetrack. I don't know if you're familiar with Yonkers. I'm right next to the racetrack. I'm 10 miles from Times Square, the heart of New York City, 10 miles away.
Okay, well, now listen careful to what I'm saying. I'm not trying to bust your cookies. I'm just giving you the straight. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, nobody's going to argue this point. I know what I'm telling you is true. That radio you have is not up to the challenge of living in Yonkers with a big antenna. Okay, you're just never going to hear anything very good, especially if the antenna gets more and more efficient, because the radio is going to fold up like a cheap suit. So, the new antenna that I described for you, and you don't seem too thrilled about it, but that'll work way, way better than the antenna you have, number one. And it'll work on all bands better than the antenna you have. So that'll be a major improvement. But I believe once you put the good antenna up, the radio you're not going to hear much, because that radio, I don't think that radio is going to handle the kind of signals you've got coming in Yonkers, because you've got to be surrounded by all kinds of high-powered broadcast stations. So, you might consider a new radio. Don't go buy a new radio without asking first. But, like I said, you can try the antenna. Listen, we're hearing you now because the band happens to be quiet, okay? But in the summertime, you're looking at noise levels. Usually, on a really good night, they'll be 10 over 9. On a bad night, they'll be 30 over 9. You're way, way, way below that level. We will not be able to hear you. And no matter what you think, we will not be able to hear you. So think about the antenna, and then get your pencil and paper out, and you can diagram it out, and you can make it. Go on the website. Go on the Toad Harbor website. Just put in like Toad Harbor open wire feed line on a Google search, and you'll be able to watch Randy and his wife making the feed line. It's very easy to make. It takes a little time, but it's going to be so much better than what you have that you'll be in shock once you put up the good antenna. Okay, anyway, I'm Ray. I'm near Springfield, Massachusetts, N1DVL.
Comment.
W1GC.
Comment. Move on here. Thank you very much for your help. I'm going to go on the website tonight, and I'm going to be looking at it. And I also have an antenna book pertaining to wire antennas from the ARRL. So I'm going to be doing more homework and more study. But I appreciate your time telling me about this here. And I do believe you know exactly what's going on. I haven't really done so much on experimentation with antennas, but it's about time that I do it. But once again, thank you very much. I appreciate everyone you gave to me. I wrote it down. I'm going to try and do some research on your website and on a book on wire antennas that I have here. So thank you so much. 73 from Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Mike Sugar. Thank you so much for your help, and have a great night. 73.
Yeah, Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Mike Sugar.
Be careful. Don't go crazy. Don't go start building things because you read it in a book, and don't go buying a new radio because somebody tells you this is the radio you need. Come in here first and ask before you do anything at all. Anything. Okay? Because everybody here is running homemade antennas and high-powered, really good radio equipment, amplifiers, tuners, and all the stuff that you really need to be top of the line. So, like I said, your tuner may work. I borrowed, a friend of mine gave me an MFJ tuner, a 989D, I think it was, brand new in the box. It wouldn't even tune my antenna. And my tuners tune it with no problem. I have two different tuners, and they'll tune it no sweat. The brand new MFJ wouldn't even tune it. So a friend of ours, this is a long, complicated story, but another guy in here who builds his own tuners, and he's very, very smart and he knows what he's doing. He must have thought that I was missing something, so he bought the tuner from the guy real cheap. The guy sold it to him for $200, and it's a $450 tuner, and it was brand new. So he bought it. He put it on his antenna, ran it 10 minutes, put it back in a box, and sold it. Now, if that doesn't tell you what I'm trying to tell you, then you just know, I'm just not getting through. Okay, N1 DBL, and go ahead. Timmy wanted to say something. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember when I put my 40-meter double extended ZEP on 160. It's a 160-foot dipole. That's 80 feet either side of center. I fit it with a 400-ohm ladder line. But the point I'm going to make it, you don't have to have a 250-foot antenna. If all you can put out is a 160-foot dipole, good feeders, you should be able to put out a good signal, KC2V MSW3HHN.
Yeah, as long as he listens to what I just told him. If he starts using that cheap 450 ohm window line, then he's not going to be doing much of anything because he'll buy the stuff that's made out of steel and it doesn't work worth a crap. All I can tell you, I don't know your name down there in wherever, Yonkers or wherever you are, but you better listen to what I'm telling you, okay? Because all you're going to do is get yourself into a bigger mess than you already have there now. So just think long and hard. Watch Randy and his wife making the feed line, and you make it out of the same stuff. You make it out of 12-gauge THHN. And the shorter the antenna is, the bigger the feed line needs to be. So I mean, if you're gonna listen to Tim and come up with a short antenna, then you ought to use 10-gauge feed line instead of 12. So I would try to get 200 feet out. Yeah, you can get away with 195, 200. I ran a 195-foot antenna, and it worked fine.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't want to shorten it much below, 200 feet. But 200 feet is fine. If you can get 200 feet out, even 180, you probably do fine. But the shorter the antenna, the bigger the feed line has to be. Okay, see you later. N1 DBL. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can drop the ends. It doesn't all have to be horizontal. You can drop those ends, say 20 more feet, coming right down to a few feet off the ground.
Right, I already told them that. You understand what we're saying? You go over the tree branches on the ends, and then you just drop the antenna straight down towards the ground. If the antenna's up 50 feet, you can put 30 feet more on each end vertically. I don't know if that was you. Was that you? Because you were right down into the noise like S5. No, I don't hear him. Go ahead, Joe.
W1GC.
Yeah, pick it up.
Hey there. Good evening. You guys still on for tomorrow? Because I'm going to get my sorry rear end up at 8 o'clock and meet you guys up there.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to go because I'm doing my antenna work here, and I didn't have any success today. I couldn't find anybody to drive out with, so I don't know if I'm going to be there, but certainly everybody else is. Why don't you got that great radio, why don't you run it at, at least run it at 3,400 hertz like I'm running mine on transmit? I'm 3,500 wide and, low cut at 100. They sound so much better.
Well, I can do that. Let me adjust that. Ray, I was looking so forward to you. I mean, from your QRZ page and everything I, hear from you, I figured I was going to be looking at a mini Trump.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I don't have the enthusiasm that Randy has.
Hey, Ray, do you still have that mic you want to sell?
I do have the mic, but like I said, I'm probably not going to come out there.
How much is it?
I don't know. I'll sell it to you for $50. But then again, Tim, you're just like the guy down there in New Jersey. You're really not listening. That's not the right mic for that radio. If you want a good mic, that's not the one you want.
No, that's not the question. How much is that mic?
I said $50.
Then sell it to me. What's wrong with that?
Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. It's not going to sound like you want it to sound.
It's not going to sound any better than this one?
That I do not know. I honestly can't tell you if it's going to sound better or not. All I know is John had the same radio you had. He had an RE20 Electro Voice, and he had one of the best sounding radios I ever heard. I still think the hard to believe, a 746 Pro sounded better than a 7610.
What kind of a plug? Will it plug directly into my icon?
The Heil mic will, yeah, because it doesn't have a removable cord, only for icon. Are you talking about the Heil mic, the IC? It's only an icon.
Okay, how am I going to get it?
I do not know. I mean, I can, if I don't come to that thing, I'll mail it to you.
Okay.
Why don't you go to breakfast?
I have a Heil mic, but it needs a new element.
Right. Well, again, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it'll sound better than the one you got. I don't know. But it's not really the right microphone. I can tell you this. I've used it on this radio, and I've used it on my icon. Everybody likes it.
Yeah, but the Electro Voice is slightly better, and that microphone was way better than the one that you liked so much, the SM8 or whatever. So that's a very good microphone, right?
Yeah, I wish I could into this radio. I mean, I could plug it in. I have trouble keying the, I probably could plug and then just hit the send button on the radio, but I won't take the chance.
Hey, Randy, what are you going to bring me tomorrow?
Oh, I've got to find you a 4-to-1 Ballon, don't I?
I wondered whether you forgot that.
Come on.
Question, what time are you going to be on the air in the morning out of your mobile?
Oh, we'll pull out of here at 6:30, I think. It's probably 3 hours out there, 3.5 hours.
You going to be on this frequency?
I will be in the morning, yes. Either here or Channel 2 on 60 meters. But at 6:30, I'll be here.
Do you know how to convert this thing to 60 meters?
Your radio? Yeah, you can put that on 60 meters.
Do you know how to do it? Can you do it?
Shouldn't be hard at all. Should be simple.
Yeah, okay.
All you got to do, really, I mean, if you want to do it one way, is just put it on you can direct enter it and punch it in that way, or just spin the VFO. Get it on, put it on 40 meters or something like that. Just spin down if you can't figure out how to do it. Just put your move your cursor over so you move it as much frequency as much as possible, and just spin the VFO till you get to the 60 meters.
If it hasn't been opened up, it won't transmit there. My 746 won't.
The 746 won't transmit on 60 megs or 60 meters?
Negative. It only receives. You got to clip a diode.
Yeah, I'd have to open mine up.
Yeah,
no kidding. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, we didn't even have that band when those radios came out.
Hey, Randy, I got a guy to record my voice two different times, and what came back to me was exactly the way I sound.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you're saying.
I got no highs, I got no lows in my voice. I have very restricted audio coming out of my mouth.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't. You don't have any highs. I don't buy that.
Well, it is a weird sounding voice.
Well, that sounds like that's Ray. Ray's got the weird sounding voice.
Well, if I could get my audio to sound as good as you, I don't mean as good as Ray because I never could do that, but all I want to sound is as good as you, over.
Well, that should be simple.
Well, you have too much bass in your voice for me. I want you to sound like this.
I have too much bass on. Do I have too much bass set up here?
Yes, I did. In stereo.
You sure? It doesn't look like it on the scope.
No, this is 2.9. I'm still playing with it.
Why is Joe so low?
I have no idea. Press the menu button, Joe. You hit the menu button, and it brings up the menu, and put it on number 6. And 6 is the one for that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to mislead that guy about the open wire line. I am going to build some up. I know that's completely true, but, you know, I'm a sloppy guy. I do what I can do and never do it right.
Where is Joe's signal? Does he not have an amplifier anymore?
Oh, I was just whispering at you.
Can you hit your menu button?
Right at my noise level. I've got a 10 over S9 noise level, and you're right there. And you should be way stronger than that.
Ray, don't you think Randy's too bassy?
Yeah, I do. I always think he's too bassy. He puts his headphones on and he grooves on hearing a lot lot of bass. So I think he is. Yeah, I agree with you.
What
No, I think it is too basic. That's what I said, because
you know,
my
I don't
radio
get
was set
it.
for plus 1 on the bass, and I never have it that. I'm not sure why it was set that high.
Yeah, now
Hey,
you sound better.
question for the net.
Yeah, what's that, Carl?
Well, I was wondering if anybody had any reports on the Goshen Ham Fest today. I think N1SAG was going to go. I wondered if anybody else did, and they might report.
I thought you were going to... Oh, you're going to go tomorrow, right?
Well, yeah, Tim is coming with me. We're going to come to breakfast, and I was thinking of going down to the Ham Fest, but if some other, I think Dave was going to be there, and Don, a couple people today, I just wanted to see how it was. You know, if it ended up being 6 tables and not worth the extra drive, maybe we just skip it.
I got several reports from Dayton.
Oh, I was looking at some YouTube videos from there. MFJ has come out with a neat little thing called the Rig Pi, and it's a Raspberry Pi, and you can interface with your rig and do all kinds of remote stuff.
I was going to say that Ten-Tech released their new radio at Dayton.
Ten-Tech's actually going to build a new radio?
They are building a new radio.
I'll bet you it's made in China.
So I heard that the Icon booth, you could have a choice. You could either get a T-shirt or a new screen for your 7610.
I'll take the T-shirt.
You know, I was thinking about ICOM today, and they're such a bunch of liars that I can't have any faith in them ever again. That whole ordeal with that 76 and was just one lie slapped on another lie.
How do you think Kenwood feels when they had that great rig they released, and then just before Dayton, Yaesu comes out, or Sherwood comes out with this test result of the new 101? I mean, you would think that Yaesu would just, find out whose radio he tested, how he got his radio, and give him a $1,000 gift certificate, because you know what that's going to do for Yaesu's sales, that release?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, But there's the one guy, you're the guy you told me about, who said Sherwood's, bad because he hates Yaesu.
You couldn't get near the Yaesu booth at Dayton. Not even close.
Yeah, that report did wonders for them, and I'll bet you it was like, a lot fewer people at Kenwood and Icon because of that report.
There was nobody at Kenwood. There's a bunch at Icon, though.
Maybe a little favoritism?
Who said favoritism?
Me, W1GC, the little small guy down here in Connecticut.
Why are you so freaking weak?
I don't know. I'm pushing 1,500 watts. Maybe it's propagation, or maybe you need earplugs. I don't know. That's all I can push.
W3HHN.
Everybody is 25 and 30 over, and you're a 10 over S9. I don't understand why you're so weak tonight.
JC, you're 20 over 9 with me.
20 dB over. You're between an 8 and a 9 tonight.
I think your freaking antenna fell down again.
Ray's 20 dB over.
How am I?
S9 to 10.
Yeah, you're 20 over.
Hey, Russ.
KC1RS.
Yeah, Russ is 25 over. You guys are close to each other.
KC1RS came in at 10 dB over.
Yeah, I got you 20 over here.
Maybe you just got blended because everybody else is hearing me fine, but you're the weaker one tonight. Usually you're 20 dB over, but I'm only getting you at 5.9.
Wait a second. What are you running for an antenna, Joe?
Same antenna I've had for the last 2 years.
Yeah, which is what? Explain it to me.
It's a 138-foot long wire with a T with 450 ladder line. That's a piece of shit. I got a Pelstar AT5K running 1,500 watts. That's what I've been running for the last 2 years when I've talked to you guys.
Right, so the antenna's only 138 feet long, right?
Correct. I know I got to go longer. It's a piece of crap.
Right. Okay. Well, there's the answer right there. I mean, there it is. And then you're not running Toad Harbor ladder line. You're running window line, correct?
Correct. I haven't had the chance, but I mean, usually when I hear you, Ray, you're 20 dB over, and you're 20 dB over tonight. Same with Randy. I mean, I haven't changed anything since I talked to you guys 2 nights ago.
That's a dipole. Is it dipole or end-fed?
Yeah, it's a diped. It's made for 80 meters. I pushed it to come down here and talk to you guys.
Roger. Yeah, I'd be happy to see what that sounds like with big feed line.
Well, if I get 240 feet in the big feed line, I'll be hitting Ray and Randy with 40 dB over.
It'd be nice.
Right, and that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, how high is it at each end? Why don't you just do like we were talking about, just bring some wire down at each end over?
Unfortunately, it's strung between 2 trees. One tree is about 25, 30 feet. The other one's about 40 feet, so it's a kind of a sloper.
And that's okay. Bring the ends down.
Of the tree, and
just put 2 vertical sections, one at each end over.
Took the top of the tree, and there went my antenna down the road into the cul-de-sac.
Did you hear what I said? Just bring some more wire off of each end.
You don't have any taller trees than that?
That's it. I'm in the suburban of the city of New Milford, I mean, my next door neighbor is only 60 feet away from me.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Did you hear what I said? Bring it down at each end?
Yep, yeah, I heard you there. So, my goal this summer is to, I got another tower with 2 antennas on it. I want to take them down. I got to straighten that up because we had a microburst here and I bent that tower, so I got to fix that. I want to get a 240-foot, L-shape Toad Harbor 160 line, and see how we go.
Man, you're in tough shape over there.
I do quite well on 40, 20, and up because I got a nice 55-foot tower with a big old Optibeam antenna on there, and I kick some rear end up there, but just lower bands I'm slacking. Slacker.
Well, look how strong Randy gets out on the mobile.
Yeah, my mobile's stronger than your base, dude.
So I got to meet all your candy rear ends up there tomorrow. It's, where are we going? Not Springfield, Pittsfield, because I'm leaving here at 8 o'clock to meet all.
No, Ray's not going.
He just needs to find some girl to drive him. I think he's scared to drive.
Hey, I'll buy that microphone cash on the bill there, Ray.
Ray, what time you want me to pick you up? I'll be on my bike.
Yeah, fat chance.
You ever rode with Evel Knievel? Would do wheelies all the way to Pittsfield.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I only rode on the back of a motorcycle once. I would never do it again.
You don't want to ride B one more time?
No, definitely not. I even called Joan, but Joan has a baby shower to go to tomorrow.
Ray, I'm
What's the matter
disappointed.
with
You were
your
the main man I wanted to
Chevrolet?
look
Won't that
to
work?
see the man, Mr. Ray.
Hey, you're hitting 30 over 9 almost, so your signal's coming up. Well, hey, like I said, I don't mean to impugn anybody's the way they think of these things, but this kind of thing I'm not crazy, you know. This kind of thing doesn't drive me insane to have to show up to something like this. It's not that big a deal for me. Sorry to say.
Hey, you got a fresh oil change in one of those cars. Why don't you drive it out?
That's right. The Impala's got the new fuel pump, the fresh oil change, the good filter. You know, everything's 100%.
And now it'll sit in the garage.
No, I just drove it. I went to Walmart to get that line, and all those lines weigh exactly the same amount, except they're 1,600 yards on the 10-pound, and they're 600 yards on the other one.
Ray, you can come out of the closet. We all understand.
Right. Well, like I said, I tried extra hard. I even called that scumbag that borrowed the $100 off me, and now her phone's disconnected. So, you know, that's how much I helped her.
You should have gave her $200. She'd been fine.
You're a good soul, Ray.
She would have been more drunk and lost her job even faster.
Hold on now. Propagation's turning around. Randy just hit 20 dB over.
Okay, well, listen. Radios are the same. Amps are the same. The only difference is the antenna. So how's my signal, Randy, compared with Joe?
Well, you're 40. Joe, come back.
Hello. I'm here.
You're about 17 over.
And 20 dB difference.
You are coming up, Joe. WG2E.
You did actually had a good strong burst of energy there for a second. You are getting stronger.
Holy Toledo, the Viagra's working.
Yeah, you're doing about 25 over here now, so you're getting it done with that 138 foot.
Listen, if you need a loan, Joe, don't worry about it. I'll loan you the money. But go get some 10-gauge solid THHN and use that for your feed line if you're going to run the antenna short like that. Does your twin lead go right to the back of the tuner?
Yes, it does. Yes. So tomorrow I'm bringing my notepad so I can take notes from the Toad Harbor. And I can get up there and I can be 40, 50 dB over.
It's easy to do. Just put up a 240-foot dipole with 12-gauge feed line. 12-gauge wire, 12-gauge feed line, solder it up. So make sure you coat all the terminals, you know, the connections real good, and get it up as high as you can, and you'll be all set. Hey, is John coming to this thing tomorrow?
I haven't spoken to John.
Well, speak to him, because, you know, if he comes, I'll bring those antennas out.
Hey, Randy, did you hear what I said about Devin?
He called you.
Roger, he's coming.
Yeah, he sent me a text message that he was going to be he'll be showing up too. So that's really good. That's great. You know, it's funny that we're just going to get together for a quick breakfast, Dennis and us, and the next thing you know, we got a big. I love it that everybody wants to get together. I think it's a great time, and I don't care what Ray says. He lies through his teeth. Okay, he says I don't get too excited about because he's lazy. He doesn't want to do anything. But when he does this stuff, he has more fun than anybody else does. He just goes nuts when he gets out and he actually sees people and can have a conversation with people. But he's always like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Just like when I was married.
This is K1RMA.
Hey, Don.
Don, did you go to the Ham Fest?
I just wish to make the statement for any of those people who the other night were talking about going to the Goshen Fairgrounds after the breakfast. That was not right. The information that was put out was false. It is not going on Sunday. It was just simply a Saturday deal, and that was it. So I just wanted to make that mention because there was someone on. I think it was Mark who had mentioned that he was going to take a run down to the fairgrounds to see if the flea market was still going, but it is not. It is over and ended. This is K1RMA.
That was me, Don. Whiskey Golf 2 Echo. I'm glad you came in with that report. So we were thinking about going after breakfast, but I guess we'll cancel that. Do you hear that, Tim?
Yeah, and you're the strongest signal on the band there, Carl.
Well, that's because I did what Ray told me to do.
Really? I don't know. I have never done what he told me to do.
I came in here last September or so with 100 watts loading up my 80-meter dipole. And I got the scoop about the Toad Harbor feed line. I made myself 100 feet of it. And I put up my loop, and all is well, and I got an amplifier. So I'm happy.
What's 500 feet of number 10 cost?
Well, I didn't use 10. My loop is 12, and my feed line is 12. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's like $30 or $40 for a 500-foot spool.
I just got a spool of it. $67 without tax.
Oh, well, I don't remember. You know, for something like that, it's like grocery store. You know, when I go in a grocery, if I want a thing of mayonnaise, I just get a thing of mayonnaise. I don't care what it costs.
I'm the same way. Okay, so we go to Plan A. Exit 11, you didn't contact the other guy yet. Is he coming?
Well, I haven't heard anything from Bob, so if KT2D is listening, maybe he'd come in. But so far, let's just stick with our plan, and we'll just do the breakfast.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Carl.
Oh, hey, there you are. Question for you. Tim and I are going to go to the breakfast, and I was going to meet him at, he's coming down from Saratoga. I was going to meet him at exit 11. If you're going too, I don't know if we wanted to just get all three of us together or what.
I'll go by myself because I gotta head back because I got a 1 o'clock appointment back here. So it might be best if things go along or something like that I could just do it. But thanks. Otherwise, I would like to go with you. But I think it just gives me a little more flexibility tomorrow. Over.
Okay, no sweat. And I don't know if you heard, too, but the Ham Fest is not on Sunday. It was only Saturday, so we're not going to do that. So we'll see you there in the morning, 10 o'clock for breakfast. WG2E.
I'll be there. And, I've been listening for a while, but I just didn't want to break in.
You're peaking 50 over 9 here, Carl.
Why, thanks.
Stronger than Ray or Randy.
W2MUR.
KC1RS. Hey, Randy, where's that place at again?
Hang on one sec. It's the Misty Moonlight Diner or Restaurant. Misty Moonlight in Pittsfield on Dalton. Oh, it's 565 Dalton. Must be Dalton Street.
Dalton Avenue.
Dalton Ave? Okay.
And what did you say? I should leave home at 8:15, Carl?
Well, I got you down here, Tim, to exit 11 as 45 minutes. That's the key bank.
Why are you guys riding together?
Why shouldn't we?
Answer the question. Why are you two riding together?
Because I'm too cheap to pay the full gas.
No, because you're close to each other. That's why he's stronger.
No, he's got a better antenna. What are you talking about?
I kill myself sometimes.
What'd you do to your audio? You sound good now, Randy.
Quit sucking up. Knock it off, Tim. I just found the 4-to-1 balance here for you.
Hey, did you hear what I said, Bray? I want to improve my audio. I don't ever expect to be as good as he is. If I'm as good as you, I'm happy.
Listen, old-timer, I got it, okay? I got it. I'm not going to even... I care too much for you, but I'm going to give you hell tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't make you fight on the air in front of all the fellows,
we got to
but tomorrow
leave
you and I are
at
having a
11
talk.
at 9:15 to make it to the restaurant for 10.
Roger, I got it. Yeah, I'm going to be there early, so don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll give you a call, or you can call me.
Roger, Dodger. Yeah, I can't be too hard on you, Randy. You put my hex beam up.
But it broke in the snow, and I convinced you to buy it.
You did. Yeah, I had to modify the dang thing. I don't know why they did that to me. If you get one, I'll tell you how to modify it so it doesn't break.
So, hang on. Okay, hold on. So I just got a text message from Gary, WA1YJE, and he said, listening on the WebSDR, for what it's worth, Goshen is still on tomorrow until 5 p.m.
How about that?
Don, RMA, are you still there?
So somebody's got to Google it. I don't have time right now. I'm too busy, but somebody should Google that and just to get a second, because he says here, Google it. So I think that he sounds like he's pretty convinced that it's still on.
Yeah, well, Don was there today, and he said it's not going to be on tomorrow.
Well, he said that Don did say that the information that was put out was wrong information. I just got a May 18th. Let's see. Okay, Saturday, May 18th, 2019, 8 a.m. to Sunday, May 19th at 5 p.m. That sounds like somebody made a mistake.
Right, and Don said that he was there, and there is no tomorrow, so I'm going to go by that.
Yeah, Gary, the information that was put out was incorrect. That's what Don read that, but then Don went there, and it was shut down. It ended today, according to Don, and he was there.
Is this in Goshen, Connecticut?
Yes.
Yeah, I just went to a event lister thing, and it shows it only on the 18th.
It was a one-day show, guys.
We could go down there anyway, Carl, just for the fun of it.
You can go there and pick up trash.
Right.
It's only 20 minutes from my house. Come on down.
Hey, we could do some dumpster diving. Maybe there's some good stuff somebody threw away.
Hey, everybody stand by. I think I just heard Joe.
You did. I was whispering.
And now you're actually over 20. Look at you go. You're getting bigger and bigger.
I told you that. I took that Viagra about an hour ago. It's working. It's working.
How much asphalt did you put down today?
None, but I picked up 3 more jobs, so that gives me 75 on my list. And I got 15 open that I got to pave, so I'm going to be busy for a while. So, Randy, I'm going to bring my notes so I can sit next to you and take a bunch of notes. I'll be the tall, doofy one with a goatee with a fluorescent green biker jacket, okay?
I'm not sitting next to anybody with a fluorescent green non-leather biker jacket.
Well, I got a Rice Rocket. What can I say? I got a Goldwing. I'm not a Harley guy. I had a Harley, but The wife didn't like it. It was too uncomfortable, so I got the Goldwing. Now she sleeps on the back.
Oh, Goldwing, that explains a lot.
Man, oh man, he's just filling in all the blanks tonight, isn't he?
Just think, he's got a Kenwood and a Goldwing. Now there's a man of class.
I try to. I mean, I just got to get a better antenna, then I'll be full class.
I'm not so sure we're going to give you any information anyway. You haven't paid your dues from last year yet.
Oh, don't worry. I'm coming up with a couple $100 so I can, take care of breakfast and everything.
All right. Now we're talking. Get your notebooks.
I take it when you go riding with the Harleys, you like to be in the lead so you don't end up running over all the parts that fall off, right?
Nice thing about having a Goldwing, you got GPS so you won't get lost. All the Harleys are following me.
I see a high-Q antenna on the back wing.
I don't have a CB antenna. I just got the AM, FM, and I got the satellite hooked up to it.
Back in a minute.
So
WG2E. He's off the net. Mike, you gonna ride out with us tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm leaving here at 8 o'clock in the morning. It says it's an hour and 46 minutes from here, so I'm going to put it into the GPS, and I will see you guys there between 9:45 and 10 a.m.
Okay, Joe, very good. How about you, Mike? I cannot do it, lad. I cannot do it. But I will be looking for your call on the way back. Roger.
I thought you solved things with Mike a couple of nights ago, Randy, and that he was coming.
Well, he's got prior obligations that take precedence.
Sounds like the 06 machine.
So I downloaded all these game show effects. They're awesome.
Except you're on the wrong channel.
I know. My apologies to one and all. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, it does sound like the 06.
You'll have to revoke my dues. W2MUR.
Hey, did any of you guys follow racing?
What kind of racing?
Open wheel modified, anything kind of like local track, stuff like that.
I used to. I used to build a lot of engines and all that stuff, but not in a long time.
On the internet, there's a website that you can go to. It's called fanchoice.tv. It shows you a lot of auto racing. Just last weekend they had the Whalen the Whalen Modifieds from Stafford Springs. They had a bunch of racing from Thompson Motor Speedway, and I'm watching now is the Whalen Modified Tour from Wall Stadium in New Jersey. And then they got dirt track racing. They got all sorts of racing there. It's free. All you got to do is sign up for it, put in your email address and a password, and you can watch it right off the internet. Any kind of racing you want, from motorcycles to dirt track to asphalt.
I love watching motorcycle racing.
I'm going to bed.
What did you say? You're going to bed? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, my audio sucks. Ray, I have a quick question, then I'm going to bed.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll send you $50 plus postage. How much shipping and handling do you want?
I don't know. Maybe I can get Dennis. Is Dennis going to be in here tonight? Dennis, are you listening? I'll have Dennis bring it out with him.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll put a check in the mail and I'll mail it out on Monday.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can get Dennis to pick it up on the way. Dennis, are you listening by any chance? WCW, are you here?
I'm back. WG2E.
Okay, Carl. Yeah, I'm trying to get that mic from Ray.
What microphone are you trying to get?
I have no idea.
Wow, we're just rolling the dice.
That's right.
We trust Ray, that's why.
No, I didn't say that.
Hey, I told him he doesn't want the mic, but he's not listening.
See? I'm not listening.
I've got an MXL, an extra MXL BCD1.
There's the mic you want to buy. Buy that mic.
How much?
Well, I bought it on Amazon for $125, so I'll sell it to you for $125, and plus the ship, whatever it costs to ship it.
Are you coming tomorrow?
I am not coming tomorrow, but I could leave it on the side of the thruway at marker 135, and Randy could pick it up.
Oh, that sounds good.
The
I'll buy
problem
the
with
mic
the BCD1 is it doesn't have a lot of gain, and Imsro has less gain, I think, than the 7300.
What's the radio?
It's a 746 Pro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea how that's going to work on that. Yeah, if it has less gain than a 7300, that may be an issue. It's a dynamic mic, so you would have to run your 746 wide open. You'd probably be better off with a condenser mic, even an ICOM hand mic.
The dynamics don't work that good on him. I had one.
Yeah, he's going to get that ICM from Ray. And they're designed for the ICOMs with low drive, and they sound pretty good. I mean, let's face it, when you listen to Ray on the ICM and this mic or the other mic, you got to try hard to pick which one is best.
Yeah, the ICM sounds great, at least on the 7610, but wait a minute, he doesn't have it at 7610 anymore.
Yeah, the ICM he was using on his 7600.
But he's not, but the 7600 still, it's in the drawer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I use the 320 on the 7600. And we all know that the 320 sounds fabulous on those radios.
Are you using the 320 now?
Yes, I'm using the 320.
Good. Sounds good. Sounds fantastic.
Okay, I'll send you a check for $70, Ray, over.
Okay, send me a check and give me your return address, and I'll box her up and ship her right out the next day.
Roger, Roger. I'm going home right now. I'm not home. I'm in the barn, as Randy knows, and write it up. Is your address good on QRZ?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good night, everybody. W3HH and QRT.
Good night, Tim. See you tomorrow.
Good night,
Okay, Tim. We'll see you tomorrow. WG2E.
Yeah, 50/9. Bye-bye.
WA3FPN.
Good, Mike. How you doing? How you feeling?
Coming along.
Boy, I could have used Mike today walking up and down that hill with me, helping me with the antenna.
Yeah, that would have worked out real well.
I could have used somebody to help me push my lawnmower out of the mud I got stuck in.
Oh, no.
All my nuts and screws and bolts would have been sticking out the back end.
So are you going to be able to get on an airplane now?
Yeah, they said that, and I don't know how true this is, but they said that will not affect it at all.
It's titanium, right?
Rusty stuff.
So run you through a strip search, Mike.
Well, it depends on who's doing that.
316L, surgical grade stainless steel.
I got in trouble at the airport. We were getting get on the plane to go to Orlando, and it was like everybody's real serious, and we're I'm in line, and I don't know, I'm just kidding around and stuff, and I forgot to do something. I had a rock. I had a rock in my pocket, and then the guy says, "What's in your pocket?" I said, "Oh, it's a rock." Why is that? Why do you have a rock in your pocket? So my son gave it to me for good luck years and years ago. I forgot I had it. He goes, "Well, that just cost you earned you a." I was joking around. I was laughing and kidding around with him. And he says, That just earned you a private search. And I said, good. Can she do it? He goes, no, she can't. Now that just earned you a drug test. You're out of control.
Yeah, those guys don't have a sense of humor.
What Randy failed to tell you is that he had his high Q in a rifle case. He had the high Q antenna in there. They didn't know what that was.
Yeah, he looks like a terrorist.
I took a Borehone gauge through one time, and they had to have a meeting with like 7 people.
How'd you get the cap hat through there, though? I don't understand that one. I didn't bring the cap hat with me. I had it mailed to where I was going. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can get that in a rifle case. It's a big one, though. Yeah, it's a big gun. I remember in the automotive industry, I used to take samples through, and then they never knew what it was. You know, I'd have a mass airflow sensor, and they'd look at it and say, well, what is this? And I'd say, well, it's a mass airflow sensor. Have to explain what it does, and then I'd go to a room on the side, and it wasn't good. So, what did you do when you brought fuel pumps through? Does that fuel pump that you gave the Ray, did that get through did that get maybe radiated from the X-ray or something? No, they had to take that apart and put it back together again. So I'm sorry, Ray, I didn't tell you about that. I'm really sorry that thing didn't work out for you, Ray. Really, I'm serious.
Well, it didn't, according to the guy, it had very low pressure or no pressure. That car wouldn't run.
Maybe there was a shelf life issue on it.
Yeah, hey, Mike, was that thing sitting around for a long time before it got installed?
Yeah, I was sitting around for probably a year and a half in the inventory, and then I gave it to Ray, and it sat around for another 2 years.
Was that thing sealed up, or was it just sitting out in the open?
No, it was in a box.
A bad place to put car parts is in like a humid base.
Well, it was in a box. So it was in Ray's garage.
No, it was in a box in the house. I kept it in the house. It didn't get damaged or anything.
Yeah, so you probably used it to pump water up to the shack from downstairs.
Yeah, no, never used it.
I never will use it.
That's true.
I think Mike should give you double your money back. I'm going to go back to my company that I resigned from, and I'm going to ask them to give me a warranty on it. I think you should. I'm sure they'll be happy to do that for you. You could probably get a warranty on that. I guarantee you. If your guy, sends that back as a warranty to the local dealer, I'm sure he'll get another pump, brand new.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. He just put in they call it a Denso. I think it's a Denso pump, which supposedly is a good pump. So he put it in, it works, the gas gauge works, so I'm happy.
Yeah, Denso's our big competitor. No, you really ought to take that pump and have him give you not only a new pump, just so you can have a backup, but he'll probably give you a labor claim, too. You're going to get at least $60. Well, probably more. It might be $120. You just have your guys fill out a labor claim with a Spectra Premium labor claim, and you get a new pump as a backup, but it's a brand new pump, and he'll get a labor claim too.
Had to be the same thing that he bought.
No, it will. You just tell him that you take the pump I gave you, and you tell him it didn't work, and you send it back and have him give you a new pump.
Yeah, but if you send it back, it still has to be the same thing that he bought from wherever he bought it from. It can't be like Pep Boys model or something like that, or they're not gonna rebate it or give him his money back.
Pep Boys, well, for Pep Boys, we sell Spectra Premium pumps at Pep Boys. Yeah, so in other words, you had to buy a Denso pump because the Spectra Premium pump did not work, and so you should send that back to wherever you got it. Where did he get the Denso pump from, Ray?
I have no idea.
You know, wherever you got, whoever sells Denso sells Spectra Premium as well. So I'm just telling you, you can send it back. You can get a brand new pump as a backup, and probably get a labor claim out of it as well.
I don't have a bill of sale or anything, so I doubt you could do it.
No, you don't need a bill of sale. Trust me, I dealt with all my customers. Nobody, not one, gave me a bill of sale. Not one. All you need is a pump, and you send it back to Pep Boys or wherever you got it from, and then we give them credit. So they give you a pump.
Yeah, but he'd have to drive somewhere to do it, so he probably wouldn't.
It sounds like a money-making opportunity. Randy, you want? We need to sign up.
I need the pump. I need that pump, Ray.
I'm gonna donate it to the Toad Harbor Net for my dues.
We'll take it. Mike's gonna hook us up. Mike knows how to do all this stuff. He's gonna be our new treasurer. Yeah, I'm gonna send that back to Fisher Automotive or Pep Boys or let's see. AutoZone also has our pumps. Advance has our pumps. Napa has our pumps. Any one of those, you just give it back to them and say this thing didn't work, and they give you a new one.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
I have a friend at Napa. If Napa handles those, I might be able to do that.
They handle them.
Okay, I'll go talk to him.
You know what Denso stands for?
Denso.
Nippon Denso. It sounds less Japanese when you call it Denso than Nippon Denso.
Yeah, it sounds more like German. So you think you might get something decent?
W2KRY.
W2KRY in Cincinnati.
In Bayberry.
Good evening, Randy. WG2E.
Hey, Carl, how you doing? Ray? Who else is in there? Russ, Bad Mike, Randy. Good evening, all.
And Good Mike. Good Mike, Bad Mike are on the air. Good Mike and Bad Mike are canceling out.
What? Good Mike's in there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome, buddy. How's that JB Weld holding up?
So far, so good.
So good.
You must be drinking the right kind of beer.
Yeah, I thought it might eat away at that, but it hasn't. So far, nothing's come out the back, so I guess they did a good job.
So Good Mike, do you have your feet up on the desk right now?
No, it's a little too high. I have a chair here that I have them up on.
Ah.
My uncle was an auto mechanic, and he had a statement he always said, doctors bury their mistakes. I have to fix mine.
True. Yeah, Roger, I heard that before. Yeah, usually the second time around we have to pay for them, too.
Yep. Like school teachers can send kids out with a diploma and they're utterly ignorant, but if the car doesn't run, the mechanic don't get paid.
Mike, give me a radio check. I want to check your signal.
WA3FPN in beautiful suburban Manheim, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you're peaking at 20.
20 over.
That's it?
21.
Yeah, I gotta check you. I gotta check you on the Pennsylvania web SDR. So I gotta double check that. So I gotta grab that in the other room. I'll be back. W2MUR on the 22, on the 24.
And one DVL.
WG2E, KB2ZVP,
KC1RS.
WA3FPN. I guess no one went to Dayton.
I watched some videos from there.
Did you? Where'd you find them?
On YouTube.
Let me think of the name of the channel. Ham Radio Concepts.
They show anything good?
There's I can't think of the name of the radio, but they got this SDR radio out that looked kind of cool. And then they got the MFJ, believe it or not, has got this thing out called the Rig Pi. And it's a little interface box running a Raspberry Pi that you can remote any remoteable radio over the internet and phones and things. Looked kind of interesting.
Sign me up. Anything on the 101D?
Not from Dayton, but that guy that runs that page had a test on one about a week ago.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's Ham Radio Concepts, and it's I think maybe a week ago, and it's about a 25-minute long test of it, and it unboxed it, the plastic.
Oh, I think I think I, or did I? Maybe I didn't see that.
Anyway, I'm kind of figuring that over the next couple of days there ought to be some good YouTube stuff showing up from some of those booths.
That's the one thing I forgot to ask. We're just finishing up dinner. Watched our niece graduate from SUNY Oswego up here. Took her out to dinner afterwards and the family, and had to excuse myself and take a phone call from Dayton.
And?
Well, as luck would have it, it was Rob Sherwood.
Oh, and what did he have to say?
He said that, for one, he's only done 2 weeks worth of tests on my radio, and he said about 5 minutes after he posted the results, he got about 30 emails, 2 YouTube videos, and 10 calls wanting to know more, how he got it, where he did it, and so when he got to Dayton, I guess the powers that be at Yazoo were flabbergasted, completely, utterly shocked that he had already been able to procure one and run a test on it. So he's the hit of the show.
Oh, and I guess that would kind of make you a minor celebrity as well.
Hold on a second. Did he have his Toad Harbor T-shirt on when he was on the phone with you, Randy? Did you ask him?
Who's the weak one?
You heard me.
Yeah, he said he had that tacky one on. He said, as a matter of fact, I'm still wearing it right now.
Okay. Be back in a bit. KB2's MVP.
Did he mention anything about having any SE3s on him?
Any what?
SE3, Sierra Echo 3.
What am I missing?
What is an SE3?
Of a Sherwood SE3. He don't make them anymore, but I need one.
What is it?
It's secret. That's what it means. Secret equipment. It's the number 3 model of the secret equipment.
Hey, Russ.
Go ahead.
I think I came across some. I was at an estate sale today, and for $25 I can get this. It was looked like an intelligence receiver that was used maybe post World War II. I'm not sure, but maybe Army. And it had 2 frequencies. It had G frequency and the I can't remember what the other one was, but I didn't understand what the frequency was, and I let it go because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. But I can go back tomorrow and take a picture of it.
I'm not buying any more boat anchors. I got the foundation settling on one side of the house because of Collins gear.
Oh, this thing was small. It It came in a green Army bag and was maybe about 12 pounds, not even. I'm sure it ran out of battery of some kind, but I didn't want it. I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, the coolest thing that I saw a guy was selling was a Swan HF rig in a suitcase, and somebody said that it was like a 60s and 70s era covert operations type rig. Came with an antenna on a reel and everything. It looked pretty neat. I almost bid on it, but I said, well, what the heck am I going to end up doing with this thing?
Yeah, actually, Good Mike and I saw when we were at Dayton last year, I don't know if Mike was with me, but I saw a CIA transmitter receiver and power supply with an antenna that I almost bought, and I thought it was really interesting. It was probably, I don't know, Korea War, maybe Vietnam War era, and it was really, really tiny, and I was like you, I had no idea what I was going to do with this thing.
Okay, 1DSK.
So, Ray, I'm just joking around with you. The SE3 is an AM synchronous detector. It's an outboard AM synchronous detector. It's you pipe 455 kilohertz IF output into it, and then it detects, and it's for fixing problems with like selective fading on stations that drop out because they're the two sides of the AM signal are canceling each other out.
And what kind of rig does it go on? Anything?
Yeah, just anything that's pushing 455 IF out.
Does a radio like this one here I have, does this have synchronous AM in it?
I don't know. I'll have to look. I got the manual right here. Let me check.
I've never seen anything, but I mean, why wouldn't they put it into all the new radios?
Wow, he's got an 890 manual right there, Ray.
Hi, Devin.
That must mean he's thinking about buying one.
Okay, 1DSK.
Hey, Devin.
Hello, Mike. Hello, Ray. Hello, Russ.
What's going on in the beautiful Devin family tonight?
Oh, no family here. My wife is at her parents' home. Her dad has a little test. He has some heart problem, so they did esophageal EKG. I never heard of that. They stick a tube in your esophagus and took EKG. So she's helping out there. She'll be back tomorrow. I'm just playing radio. Mowed the lawn today. Oh my gosh, what a adventure. I had not used the lawnmower. It's outside covered with a tarp. And I didn't realize the squirrels store all the nuts there. And when I started, I mowed about 1/3 of the lawn, and suddenly there's smoke coming out from everywhere. So I just turned that off and used the push mower. Go ahead.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you got to call somebody for that one. Randy will come and take care of it.
I had to open some parts and just get all the junk out, all the nuts and everything they store there. It's a nuisance storing it outside. Go ahead.
The only good squirrel is a dead squirrel.
Yeah, I got a double bagger today, Ray.
You know what I shot today? I got 8 wood bees with my Daisy pump.
You know what? I don't use guns. I never held a gun in my hand. But because of the squirrels, I bought a pellet gun. And I love to shoot those squirrels. After they died, they don't come close to the house. But near the shed where I store stuff, they're still making a mess. Go ahead.
Devin, you're well on your way to becoming an A1 ham radio operator.
Yeah, now you got to learn. Now you got to learn all over again, Devin, about bullets and ammunition. You want the flat nose pellets. You want the wad cutters. They kill squirrels 10 times better.
Oh, no, that's not going to happen. I'm a very passive man. I don't believe in violence. Only when squirrels, I can use pellets.
Yeah, it's either you or them.
He was born. No violence, my friend.
Well, then all I can say is cook them. Shave them up and grill them up on the grill.
Oh, that's an idea. They'll save some money too. Hey, Ray, guess what I made today? I had fresh mint leaves, 1 part, 3 part cilantro or coriander leaves, half an onion, 2 tomatoes, 1 jalapeno pepper, some salt, and put it in a blender and made a very, very good chutney. And I barbecue some chicken, put on the chicken. Oh my gosh, it's out of this world. A little bit of lemon on that. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Sounds delicious.
No GMOs, no preservatives. Everything is homemade.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm working on getting with nothing. Everything I buy is GMO, no gluten. You know, everything. Every time I go to the store, I try to pick something better. What was that pancake mix again? I'm going to kill myself because I put the paper downstairs and I went to the store today and I didn't bring it with me.
It's Pamela. And I made a bunch of them the other day when I told you, and I had a couple extra, 4 left. So I put some poached eggs on there. Oh, man, was that good. So good. The Pamela, yeah, but I looked at the back of that now. It's made out of rice flour. I think there's some almond flour in there. I'll tell you what, whatever it is absolutely fantastic. Pamela is, I tell you, and I felt fantastic after I ate them. I didn't feel that loaded down feeling you have when you have pancakes. It was, I'm not saying you're going to lose weight eating these things either, but I'm telling you, they're gluten-free and they're delicious.
Yeah, and all I have to do is find them. Well, anyway, I'm going to bed. I was up and down the hill 20 times today, and I got nowhere. So I got my new fishing line. Hopefully, I'll get a arrow over the tree. If I get an arrow over right up early in the morning, I'll be able to get the antenna up by night. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night, all. N1 DVL.
73 is Ray. Hey, no synchronous detector on the 890.
Love you.
Hey, Ray, I'll see you around 9:30.
Yeah, no, you won't. What do you say, Devin?
Are you going tomorrow to the breakfast? If you want to go, I'll be driving by your place. I can give you a ride. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go. I don't think so. So I'm going to work on my antenna.
Okay, one more thing before you go. For dinner tonight, I had quinoa. Cooked some quinoa and made an eggplant, potato, tomato, onion curry with, let's see, some cumin seeds sauteed with olive oil, some onions sauteed, added some coriander powder, some salt, pepper, and one more thing, some mango powder. And eggplants and potatoes put in a pressure cooker, had chicken with it, and the quinoa. Gluten-free, 100% GMO-free, and very healthy for heart. So go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll stop over for dinner some night.
Hey, anytime, just tell me, and dinner 100% organic, 100% GMO-free, and wheat-free, gluten-free, dinner will be ready for you.
Hey, Devin.
Yeah, I'm going, guys. I'm beat. So 7-3 all. See you soon.
All right. Hello, Russ.
Hey, Devin, you need to spend a little bit less time in the kitchen, a little bit more time working on beverage antennas.
Well, I had my cataract surgery on Tuesday. So the doctor told me not to lift anything heavier than a shoebox for a while and not to do any exercise. So for next 2-3 weeks, can't work on any antennas. I can work on paper and pencil, read up, but nothing to do outside. I second one on the 8th. Boy, the vision. Go ahead.
I'm glad of that. You got to get over. think there I was counting on you doing a little bit of beverage research.
Yes, that's happening, but I'm enjoying the luxury time now at least for some time, and Catherine is not here for yesterday and today, so even more, Well, I did mow the lawn. All I had to do is sit on the tractor, set it on fire, and then use the self-propelled push mower.
A1LY. Is good, Mike?
Yes, I am.
Let's see, the noise level is... Okay, so the S4 noise level on the S-Air receiver, you're about S1.
So what is this? Barrett?
What's that?
What is this? Which antenna is this?
This is the Echo Foxtrot. Sometimes I'm in the car, I don't have my IQ antenna on my truck, so I'll listen to this when I'm driving around at night. So I noticed that good Mike was in his LiDAR. On that, and Russ was and Devin and S7 as well. Russ came out at S9, so it's a pretty low noise SDR.
AA1LY.
Oh, there's a braking station, LY, LI or LY. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey Devin, this is Roger. I own the other RFK Plus.
Hey, Roger, how are you doing?
Oh, very good. Glad to hear you in here. I was waiting to try to catch you on 160 meters, but I didn't have an antenna up. Go ahead.
So what you're running right now?
I'm running the Expert MD1 through the RF2K Plus.
How much power?
Oh, I got to look at that. I don't have the glasses. This will take a second. 1.3 kilowatts, Devin.
You are 20 over here, 20 over. Hey, have you made the mod for the SWR bridge?
Mine came with that, came with the mod. So when I did the calibration, it was already set up. I checked the board and I saw the resistors in there. They had already bypassed the detector diodes.
Oh, okay. One of these days I have to do that. So how much power are you feeding the RF2K Plus?
I'm feeding it around 20 something watts, somewhere there. And right now
I'm
about 1.4 kilowatts. There's 1500 right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. 16 attenuator?
No, I've got the 13 dB. So that's the difference. Are you running the 16?
No, I have 13. I'm feeding with about 5 watts. 5 watts and gives you 1 kilowatt.
Right, yeah. I think I'm a little higher than that with the 13, but it seems to do the job, and I don't have too much trouble with the overdrive, so I'm liking what I'm getting out of this thing right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. Russ, how do you copy Roger there?
Oh, I wasn't looking at my meter there. Give me a shout, Roger.
Okay, Russ, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. At least we know I can count, even if I can't reach you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting 10 over S9 from you. It's KC1RS here. I'm in just west of, or east of New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're about 12 over here, so nice job. I just put in some more radials. I'm running an inverted L, but it's a quarter wave, so I've got about 11 radials down now, so I think that's helped a little bit.
Yeah, on this band you'll need a few. When I was running an inverted L, I had 1,300 feet worth of radials out there in the woods. It was real busy out there.
Yeah, no, I know it. The whole trick of it is to keep them down low so I don't catch them with the mower or snowball or anything like that. It gets a little tricky in the small yards, you know.
Hey, Russ.
I'm back. KB2 ZVP.
Thank God.
So
I really missed you.
I'm sure. So did Rob? You were starting to talk about it when I was leaving. Some more. Did he say anything more about how long he'll have the radio? Did you bring that up?
Hey, someone else might have been talking when you came in there. I didn't want to step on him. Is someone still talking? Was it Joe or somebody?
With Roger. I was talking to Roger, A1LY, LI. No, LY, I think, Roger. Did you see the RF2K plus S model, the Hamilton?
I saw it on the YouTube video today.
Yeah, I saw that too. Randy, good evening. K1DSK here. And I'm talking to Roger on AA1LY. I think you met him at our breakfast during Northampton. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've met Roger a few times. Sorry, Roger, I didn't hear you. You're like, I've got a lot of noise here tonight, and you're kind of getting beat up by it.
Yeah, it's not too bad here. I'm looking at. I'm pretty good for noise tonight here, fortunately for me.
Hey, I'm out. WG2E. We'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, Carl, do we have kind of a head count? I haven't been keeping track. Now, there's more and more people going to show up, so which I'm very happy about, but I just don't know how many we have.
Jim and I and Bob from this neck of the woods.
Easy for checking.
Okay, Devin, who you got coming with you?
Just me. Ray's not coming. I'll be by myself. If somebody needs a ride, I can give them from this area.
Don't forget about me.
Joe, you bringing your wife?
Nah, she likes to sleep in, so I'll be solo.
Russ, are you and Bo Peep coming?
Yes, indeed. And she's really looking forward to seeing Maureen if you're going to let her come.
Oh, Maureen will definitely be there. And how about Joe? ICH, K1ICH. Joe, are you there? He was talking about coming out.
You gonna reserve a table, Randy?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So Dennis and Susie. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 so far that I can off the top of my head. Randy, you're not going to go out?
No, unfortunately, no.
Oh, that's right. You got the big graduation. Does anybody else know of anybody else that's going to be going?
Hey, Roger, do you want to go down 4? We can talk about the amplifier.
Wait, hold on. Well, how come Roger's not going to go to breakfast in Pittsfield, Mass?
Where is it?
It's in Pittsfield, Mass.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, tomorrow I do table tennis at 12 o'clock. What time are you guys talking about doing that?
10 o'clock.
Yeah, that would be tight. That would be awful tight. Otherwise, I would do it.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, Russ.
So far as I can tell, Mike's still not coming.
No, I know Mike's not. He's not coming.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll still come. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I did exactly what you asked me to do. Make believe we wanted him to come, and you were right. He wouldn't. He did. He said, nope, not going to go.
All right, I'll see you at 1926.
Randy, is this place a big place or is it small?
It's a pretty good sized place. Yeah, they got lots of room there.
All right, QSL. Yeah, I'm just gonna punch it in my GPS and get there. I mean, when I looked it off my phone, it said an hour and 46 minutes. So I plan on getting up at 7:30, leaving by 8.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy ride too. It's all interstate. Well, for us anyway. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours from us. I don't even know. I know I have to leave here at 6, so it must be about 3.5 hours.
What's the occasion? You meeting somebody down here, or just figured you would, throw a get together for the two at Harbor?
No, it's just Dennis and I are going to meet to pick up some piece of equipment, and then that I'm getting from him, and then people heard, of course, anytime there's a social gathering, the most social people on ham radio, the not only most hams are introverts, right? So, but it's not so much the case with the world famous Toad Harbor Net. These guys like to get together. So next thing you know, we got some people getting together. So we're going to have a little meeting before the summit.
Nice. All right, I'm going to run up, take a shower, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Okay. Ride's careful.
I'm itching to get out on my bike, It's been a long winter.
Yeah, mine's still sitting out there in the barn. Tomorrow would be a good day to get it out and clean it up too, but it's not in the cards. We've got a big day tomorrow. We got to go from there, then over to Ithaca area and over to where Doc lives, and get some flour and some bread. We're gonna pop in and see Doc, and then we'll be heading back home.
You going to Americade in Lake George this year or no?
I don't know. I do like to go up there. It's just whether or not I have time.
All right, we'll touch base when it gets close, because I'm going up. I'm leaving Wednesday the 5th and staying up there till the 9th. So if you are going, we'll get together.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, that sounds good. So, Randis, did he say anything more about the rig and how long he's going to have it?
Yeah. Probably a couple more weeks.
Well, that's better until October.
Oh no, that was when he would need it back for contest season.
Oh, he wants it back then?
No. He was hoping to find something from Yaesu. He was hoping Yaesu would give him one or let him borrow for contest season. But yeah, I guess it was a brief conversation. He said he'd give me a call, so he did, and said that Yaesu was just shocked that he was able to get his hands on one and get it tested so quick after they hit the market. The funny thing was, I looked at the radio when it first unboxed it here, and I said, "Oh wow, that's a relatively low serial number. I've got 1008." I said, "That's pretty cool." And I said, asked him, I said, "What do you think their numbering scheme is?" He goes, "I think you've got number 8 that shows in the U.S.
Yeah, well, Randy, my dear friend Randy, and everybody else who's paying attention, or should be paying attention, what do you think that is? I mean, listen, we were in conversation with HRO months ago.
And by we, you mean me.
No, me talking on your behalf to get you the Yaesu early.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Jack, you think it's a coincidence that Jack got one of the very first 7610s on the market? He got it. You get the first Yaesu on the market. It's because of the world famous Toad Harbor Net. I'm telling you guys, it's not just. I'm not always full of BS.
What's a 7610?
That's the old ICOM radio.
Yeah, there were a lot of problems with them, and they're withdrawing from the market, from what I understand.
Oh, yeah, that pile of dung. Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't put a high-pass filter on them, then they overload if you live near a cell tower.
Okay, well,
I double somebody.
That would be covered you up.
I might have done it too. I'm not sure I understand. Definitely takes care of the face with the head.
That's a keep for sure. How you doing, Walt?
Very good. Just everybody sounds good.
Good, Walt. Glad to hear you. W2KRY.
Well, Randy said good evening to you, too. He said happy to hear you.
Yeah, right. There's one station there, I'm not sure where it's called, but I was really trying to get him. Sounds like he might be up with his grandparents. Signals are well copied.
Randy, are you running Hunter Wants All?
Negative. Johansson. What we'd like to do is keep the rig for another 2 weeks and test the second receiver to make sure it's just as golden as the first one. But the one thing he did mention, when he got there for the station, I told him about the Van Dyke Bowl and this and that, and you got an amplifier? Well, sure do. And I said, I got the Quadra. He goes, oh, Quadra. He said, we ran a test on this, that, PW1, the Electrab, this or that, and he named a bunch of stuff I don't even know. And he goes, you know what was the cleanest one that we tested?
Yeah, the Quadra, but by a large margin, too.
I said, no kidding.
And that puppy's been built for a while, too, so that goes to show you they were able to do it back in the day.
So I'm on the old standby, the Mark V, for a little while longer, and everybody's getting the benefit of some data from Rob Sherwood.
Was that Randy number 2 just transferred?
Yeah, that's good, Randy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's 59 plus 10 here. Just didn't get the call, so sorry about that.
No worries.
So now Rob Sherwood's standing there saying, yeah, we had this guy from the world-famous Toad Harbor Net contact us, and then he had asked his friend if he could send him a radio, then his friend sent us the radio. And they're all thinking to themselves, what is the world-famous Toad Harbor Net? Here, this is a T-shirt I'm wearing. See, world-famous Toad Harbor Net.
I still want to know if there's any presentation videos, or if that's tomorrow, or I didn't get a chance. We were going back and forth about particulars on the radio. I don't know if there's any video or anything of any presentation so far.
I'd love to see it if there were. I'll email him tomorrow sometime and ask him, if anything has been put on the net yet. I asked him to send me whatever he does, but, he gets busy. You know how he is. So when I email him, it's sometimes the better way because he can just email back when he has a moment, It's usually in the middle of the night.
Yeah, copy. W2 Caraway on the top.
KB, 2ZVP. I'm clearing out of here. I'm going to go to bed. I was up till 3 in the morning last night, got back up at 6 and went out to Buffalo and worked, and I'm just tired and exhausted, and I'm going to go to bed.
Wait, I thought you left early last night to go to bed.
Well, I left early last night to go to bed.
And you're up till 3?
Yeah, well, sometimes I get on 40 meters.
Have a good night.
I love 40 meters, man. That's a lot of fun. I was on it today a lot from the mobile, and again, a lot of fun. That's a great band.
What, you got a particular frequency?
No, 190, 195, in that range.
There's a lot of guys on 7192.
Yeah, there were today, a bunch of guys. I was actually calling CQ, and somebody said, "Hey, we have some directed net or some net, whatever, some BS net, another one of these BS nets." And he said that you're killing the net here. He goes, "Could you move down a little bit?" So I said, "Sure thing." And I went down to, I dropped down 4 KCs, and then somebody there asked me to move down further. So, anyway, I was busy today.
What, are you trying to establish another net?
No, just having some fun, driving along, calling CQ, trying to keep myself awake.
I'm just saying, that's how this necklace started, right? So, things got to start somewhere.
What's across the other side of Oneida Lake, Randy?
Oneida? What do you mean? From where? From me?
Yeah, what's on the exact opposite side of you? What little hamlet or village is over there?
Is that Costantia?
Costantia. So you got to start the inverse, so it's going to be the Costantia frog net, the possum net, what are you going to call it?
No, we're not. I got my hands full here. I got no time, and there's so many things I'd like to do. I wish we would get somebody on the internet making up a web page. I'd like to have a web page, but I don't have A, the ability, or B, the time. But even if I could learn it, I wouldn't do a good job at it. But it'd be kind of cool to have a page dedicated to the world famous Toad Harbor net.
Well, I thought Doc was working on one.
What was that, Russ?
I thought Doc was working on one.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow when I see him, see what it would take if he would need any supplies or something. If he has time to make some kind of a dedicated thing.
Well, he'll have to register. He'll have to register the domain, and then we'll have to find somebody to host it, which is not that hard to do, and then we just have to pay to host it, and then we get it out there, and the whole rest of the world will be a better place.
I think Doc has the ability to host it. He's got multiple things up, whatever you need to host things. He's got those. He is a big computer guy. He's got complete networks there and multiple networks there. I think he'd be the perfect guy.
Well, Randy.
Yeah.
Now that Russ just let the cat out of the bag, how do I say this? The ToadHarborNet.com is available for $12. I'll offer it up to you for say $100.
That's a bargain.
All right, it's done.
Does that mean our dues are going up again?
You better believe it.
Man, because you tagged us real hard when you bought the rights to World Famous.
I got to recoup those T-shirt costs. Maureen's clamping down on me. She doesn't want me to spend any more money, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess since you're having garage sales every other weekend to pay for that 7851.
Yeah, she took a good look at me the other day, and she goes, you know what? We better save some money. You're going to need to retire soon.
Well, yeah, you should take it a little easier. You're not a spring chicken anymore. And I know I'm only just a little bit older than you, and I walked the dog today for 4 miles, and then I cut my grass with a push mower. So I got about a half an acre of yard here, and I wasn't feeling like a shiny new penny when I got done.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't even know. I keep track of my miles, you know, a day of walking, and I hadn't looked at mine today. 7261 steps. That's not too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna check on out of here, you guys. Best 73, and we will look forward to seeing most of you tomorrow. The ones that we don't see, we'll be talking about.
Good night, Randy.
Yep. Good night, Randy. Good night, everybody. 73 off KB2ZVP.
73's Randy, KC1RS.
Well, with that being said, my eyes are getting heavy too. Geez, Russ, listening to your day made me tired all of a sudden. So anybody who's left, have a good one. Good talking to you. 73s, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All righty. Yeah, I got a big old dog sitting over here. He's completely blown out. Yeah, he don't get that long walk like that very often. I decided we're trying to get him to lose some weight. We got about 4 pounds trimmed off of him. We got a few more to go. We got to get that winter weight off of him. So the vet yelled at us. So anyway, I'll catch y'all in here tomorrow. So KC1RS, I'm gonna clear out too.
All right, night, Russ. W2KRY.
Pretty interesting.